Hey everybody, I'm Corey Reed and welcome to the 14th season of Corey Rereads. Today I have 3 new books on my tablet today, and they are Santa's Lost Sleigh by HILZ, illustrated by RAMESH Ram. Pippa's Night Parade by Lisa Robinson, illustrated by Lucy Fleming. And Cow Can't Sleep by Ken Baker, illustrated by Steve Gray. Now, the first book I haven't started reading until now. This story is about a Santa who doesn't have a sleigh because he just lost it until he had to find it. And that story is Santa's Lost Sleigh. And I just cannot not read it to you. Cannot wait to read it to you. So, let's get started. Santa's Lost Sleigh by HILZ, illustrated by RAMESH Ram. 'Twas the night before Christmas when Santa Claus spied his parking spot empty. Oh no, where's my ride? He ran straight to the work shed, flicked on the bright lights. He saw nothing but toys, piled way up to great heights. Rushing to the garage, he flung open the door. Mrs. Claus, her sports car parked there. Nothing more. So St. Nicholas ran to the giant red barn. He found Grandma crouching with bright neon yarn. Then Santa looked out at the snow and the frost. It's impossible. How can a huge sleigh be lost? He ran round up in a panic and looked everywhere. Over that, under here, and far, far over there. Santa questioned his elves, and he asked Mrs. Claus. He checked with his reindeer, who freaked out because they had looked in the barns, they had searched the corrals, and Bucky was missing with 2 of his pals. So they went back inside to discuss what to do. We will go way up high when we have the best view. Then they took to the sky on the backs of the deer. While Mrs. Claus listening for the news she might hear, they were only just gone for a minute or two when on the TV came our frantic news crew. The reporter announced, "We have big breaking news. There's a sleigh in the sky towing 2 large canoes." What on earth is he doing? Mrs. Claus asked herself. Then she called on the phone to alert the head elf. After she shared the good news, the elf empty said, "We will go intercept and set them and bring home the sled." Then when Bucky came home, he was so sad because his surprise had been ruined. Sorry, dear Mrs. Claus. I just wanted to give you a wonderful present. A week at the lake with canoes would be pleasant. Mrs. Claus was so touched. Wow, a week at the lake? But you took Santa's sleigh. It's what's not yours to take. And by taking the sleigh, you caused quite a kerfuffle. I would have been happy with a nice chocolate truffle. Bucky learned a big lesson. To always ask first, as he hugged Mrs. Claus, and her heart nearly burst. And old Santa was happy to have his sleigh back. He unhitched the canoes, and he loaded his sack. He was running quite late, so he left in a flurry. He delivered the gifts and was back in a hurry. So then Santa said loudly, "Let's take a nice break." So they took elves and deer and canoes to the lake. The end. That was an amazing book. And I hope you're going to be recommended to your child rereading this one during Christmas time. And this is only the beginning. When we come back, I'd like to read a second book, Pippa's Night Parade, and later, a recap for That's Today's Show, when we return.